The day has arrived. The time has come. The sun has gone around the earth enough time for the specific moment to appear. Marvel's Spider-Man has come to PC, and it's remastered with all the DLC. But you're not here to listen to me jump around and scream like a 15-year-old girl who just shook the hand of their favorite member of the famous boy band 1NSYNC Backstreet Direction. Spider-Man was originally released in 2018 for the PS4, and I played it after being uncertain whether it would be good or not thanks to my brother and his console. Now, 4 or 5 years later, I have bought the remaster on PC. In fact, I pre-ordered it. Since I always insist on how terrible of an idea that is, you can assume how excited I was to play it again. And I'm glad to say that Insomniac Games did not disappoint. I can't say with experience whether the graphics got a bump or not in the remaster, but I can say that the game looks great. Though going for a realistic look does tend to age quicker than some games with an art style, Spider-Man looks great. However, some of the textures do look low res on medium graphics where I have to run them. But most of the things that I'm constantly staring at or that I whiz by me while I'm swinging across the city look great. Even the sunsets and the weather look fantastic, which is really great for those perfect views from the Chrysler Building. Beyond the beauty of the game is the actual gameplay. Spider-Man nails the movement. Swinging from the sides of buildings to leaping from a rooftop down to the streets below just to fling yourself forward, all feels responsive. The webs actually stick to the building that you're swinging from, which helps with immersion and make it a little bit more challenging to swing through Central Park. The movement allows the player to control the actual start and release of the web swinging, making me constantly challenge myself to get faster and more efficient with every controlled fall forward. There is also a bunch of correction options to get back and going again if you mess up. The combat is also an important part of the game. It plays like most beat-em-ups, with the addition to some in-the-air combat and the use of gadgets. However, switching between gadgets does slow down the gameplay with the need to pull up the navigational wheel, which time slows for you to switch. Most of them are useful enough that I found myself switching often. The combat feels pretty solid. With better timing, you can get instant takedowns with some perks later, and the use of combo meter to heal you is different and good from any other beat-em-up that I've played. The bosses of the game all feel unique with their own twist to combat, and though I have limited Spider-Man knowledge, I do feel their boss battles felt appropriate. I only wish there were a few more combo finishers, as it doesn't feel so rewarding doing them for only a few different animations. The weakest part of the gameplay has to be the stealth. Spider-Man has quite a few stealth sections, of which only a few of them punish you if you mess up, which is good since the stealth is finicky at best. The guards in the game have super hearing, and the on-screen prompt of safe or dangerous needs to be constantly pinged back up as it can change in an instant. The takedowns from perches and from walking on the walls below feel fine, but when attempting to take someone from behind and sneaking up on them, I would often punch the back of their heads, giving me away instead. Spider-Man showed me why stealth games have a dedicated hold to sneak button, because it would have solved a lot of my issues with the stealth in the game. Hold it down and you can have Spidey vision constantly, and the Spider-Man crawls on all fours, making him quieter and certain to do a stealth takedown, and not punch the air, or worse, the back of the head of the guy you're trying to take out. There are also some civilian sections of the game where you play as Peter Parker and other plain-clothed characters in the game. These sections do well to break up the spidering around with some slower bits, whether it's doing some research in a laboratory and exploring Peter Parker's personal life, or sneaking through a corrupt museum to see what they aren't telling the public. Peter Parker's personal life is actually really well represented in this game, with true to super life problems and emotions, even with the use of puzzles to show the player that Peter is intelligent rather than just saying, "I invented my gadgets," and ending it there. The game does a fantastic job of showing all the parts of Spider-Man and Peter, from his cheesy and witty one-liners to his relationship issues with MJ. Even the voice acting of the characters does a fantastic job of showing the personalities off. The voice acting is all well done, with well-mixed and good-sounding audio, as well as emotions coming through just as clear. The sound effects all sound great, with the sounds of the city coming to life and the music tying it all together. Overall, Spider-Man is a great game that I can't recommend enough to someone who's into Spider-Man and superheroes in general. The problem with the stealth can be worked around, and I only ran into 3 game-breaking bugs, and a simple restart to the last checkpoint fixed them. The story is fantastically written, and the game is filled with enjoyable content for old fans and new ones to enjoy. There are even reasons to do them other than just getting a shiny new achievement. So go ahead and pick this game up if you're into it. Walk around New York in a skin-tight suit and saying hello to everyone you pass, and people will actually look at you, unlike the real New York City.
Now, if there's one thing I can't abide, it's egomaniacs who use the internet solely to draw attention to themselves. And we just had a real meeting of the minds in that respect, as the online personality Screwball pranked fellow narcissist Spider-Man into an epic snipe hunt that put innocent people in danger. On the one hand, Screwball did show us all just how gullible and reckless Spider-Man is, rushing headlong into dangerous situations without knowing or caring who he'll hurt as long as cameras are on him. On the other hand, Screwball herself is no better. Unlike me, she's not trying to expose wrongdoers like Spider-Man as a public service. She's just in it to promote herself, which I think is absolutely despicable. Now don't go away. Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson will be right back after this important message about how you can buy my book.
Away we go! Oh, can't wait to see what thrilling action Spidey brings to the table for Season 2!
You know, I'm actually in talks with this competing subscription service, so...
Please, I basically discovered you! And if you leave, my fans will be so upset. Angry flash mobs upset! Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!